parents originally settled here in the early 50s, and were growing potatoes, carrots and onions in those days. It's been 14 years now since we've been growing organically. We've got quite a range of vegetables: asparagus, onions, tomatoes, corn, capsicums, eggplant, pumpkins and artichokes. Maury Kaffra is my name. I'm from Cooyurup in Victoria, and I farm organic vegetables in what's known as the Cooyurup swamp. This is a crop of brown onions. It's February. They've been planted about 6 months ago. They're just about the point of harvest. You see a lot of them have fallen over. That indicates that they're approaching maturity. So in the very next few days, we'll probably run a blade under them, and that will speed up the curing process, and then we'll pick them in a couple of weeks' time. So there's already quite, well-formed bulbs underneath, so the crop's pretty well there. We just need to cure them so all the skin will dry off and come off the onion. And they'll go into storage. They're stored in large bins outside under portable roofs. Onions need a lot of airflow to stop any disease problem in them. And they're graded and sold as the orders come. I think farming organically is a very natural thing to do. There's no artificial inputs into what we grow, so the vegetables just grow naturally in their own time without chemicals push them along. Here we go in another crop of tomatoes. Tomatoes are a whole different ballgame to onions. Very frost sensitive, so we can't plant until frosts are finished. And then we're picking, once they're at harvest stage, we're picking quite regularly to try and keep the ripeness fairly uniform, which is generally a couple of times a week. So yeah, the season, it's a summer-autumn harvest, so we harvest from January through till May. Here, once it gets cold, end of May, and we get some frost, the plant just dies off, and we try again the next year. I think people should be buying organic produce. It's a very healthy produce to eat. We know that there aren't any chemicals left in the food because we don't use them in the first place. And it's really food grown the way nature intended, I think. One of the things we like to see is where our produce ends up. One of the places our produce does end up with is the stock merchant, and they make a range of stocks. Yeah, and we find that particularly rewarding. I really like growing crops. It's very enjoyable going around and seeing them growing naturally, and just eating, picking tomato off the vine and breaking an asparagus stalk and just eating it straight from the field.